Drop a like and subscribe in 5 seconds or you will never win a game in NBA 2K23. I would not risk it. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Vince Shizzle back with another banger. As you all know, NBA 2K23 just dropped, and that means there are going to be new metas, new jump shots, new builds, and so much more. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys the best guard in all of NBA 2K23. This build can dribble like a playmaker, shoot like a play shot, dunk like a slasher, and defend like a lockdown. So if you want your 2K23 stats to look like this, watch the full video. Alright guys, we're finally in the MyPLAYER builder. NBA 2K23 is finally here. This is my first point guard build. I definitely took my time with this build, made sure that everything was perfected to where I liked it. So obviously I went to position, started with point guard. I did choose right-handed. Obviously if you feel more comfortable shooting left-handed, that's your personal preference. I hit continue here. Height, we go with 6'1". Weight, we're gonna go with 173. We're gonna get a 6'6" wingspan, and then obviously body shape is personal preference. I choose compact. That's just what I'm used to using in the past, so I chose that again this year. So now as we get into the attributes, you got some crazy attributes. Obviously the badge spread, I have 13 finishing, 23 shooting, 27 playmaking, and 16 defense. So I definitely wanted a balanced build this year. I haven't played the game all that much yet. Obviously it just came out, so I wanted to start with a build that can maybe do a little bit of everything. I can get a better understanding of how this game is played. I have a 79 driving dunk that allows me to get silver limitless takeoff, so I get all my safe dunks. I know some people are saying you might need a higher three ball this year. I feel confident. I had a 76% three ball last year, so I do have confidence in my three-pointer. I went with an 89 just to be on the safe side. This year in current gen, speed with ball is very, very important. In the past, in current gen, speed was pretty much just you running around or dribbling depending on what your speed was. Now, speed with ball is how fast you are with the basketball in your hands versus the physical speed where it's pretty much where you're just run. It says affects how fast a player can run or sprint around the court. So that's more so just running around the court, going for loose balls. Speed with ball is at how fast you're moving while you're dribbling. So that's very, very important. With this build, I definitely wanted to have the right defensive stats. So I went with an 86 perimeter defense. It allows me to get 16 defensive badges. It allows me also to get a lot of important ones. You got gold pick dodger, gold menace. You could throw an interceptor on. You got clamps, silver. So all in all, I was very, very pleased with this build. My first build on my first attempt, so that was definitely a W. All right guys, so I went over all the attributes, I went over all the badges. Now we are going to go over to the takeover. So obviously in the past, last year on current gen, we were only able to choose one takeover and we were not able to switch them. This year you are allowed to have 2 takeovers and you can switch them at any time. So if you can go through them. You got playmaker, you got a couple different ones, shot creator. I choose sharp take and then my secondary being lock take. Obviously if I'm playing on the 2s courts, I have a tough ISO build matchup. It's good to have lockdown defender. You could even swap these around and go lockdown first since you have a higher 3 ball. I choose sharp take because I know how overpowered it was in the past. I do hope to see the same results this year as well. So after that, we're gonna hit finish. My player build completed, yes. All right, so now we got a 3-point shot creator. So a very unique name, shades of Nick Van Exel, Fred Van Fleet, and Mike Conley. So I'm very pleased with the name. It's kind of unique. I'm very excited to see how this build performs. I did test it out a little bit. I was very, very happy with what I seen. So we're also going to go over the badges on this build and what I would recommend using. Now I will let you guys see all the badge spreads and obviously all the possibilities you have with these badges. Like I said, it's a great spread. You got 13 finishing, 23 shooting, 27 playmaking, and 16 defensive. So if you start with finishing, obviously I want to put limitless takeoff as high as possible. There are a lot of cool new badges like aerial wizard, so you can do a lot of different combinations with the finishing badges. Giant slayer you could throw on there. You can remove slithery, put giant slayer. You can do a lot of different combinations with the finishing badges. When we get to shooting badges, obviously you're playing point guard, so you're going to want something like green machine. Obviously Deadeye is a great badge to use at point guard position. You got blinders, clutch shooter in the past out in bronze was always a good badge. It reduces the penalty that fatigue has on a player on ability to making shots, so that's more like a handles for days type of badge. Definitely want to max that as high as possible. The options are really endless. When you get to playmaking, you got 27 playmaking. I know it's very important. Mismatch expert is now added to playmaking, so that's something you want to use. Clamp breaker is a very, very interesting badge where you can kind of disrupt the defensive opponent's badges, where if they have clamps, you can kind of counter it, so that's pretty cool. Obviously, like I mentioned, just the options are endless. When it comes to defense, defense, you can go gold menace, you can go silver clamps is really all you need. You got ankle braces, pick dodger gold to get around picks, interceptor, and then you got challenger, which is obviously close to intimidator in the past, so that's something that's very, very important. So that just gives you guys a little brief summary of obviously all the options you have with this build. Being the spread of 13, 23, 27, and 16, it just gives you a lot of options, and it leads me to believe it's the best point guard build in NBA 2K23. If you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like. I hope this video helped you all. Please hit that subscribe button. Make sure to turn noties on and be on the lookout for more videos. I'll be posting all NBA 2K23. Until next time, I'm out.